Howdy, folks. It's Friday the 13th. We're at the Big Reno Gun Show. It's at the not Jonas Brothers. God, I always want to call it that. The Nugget in Sparks. I wasn't sure what this show is going to be like. With the scare thing going on and whether people are showing up. It's busy for a Friday. Friday's normally dead anyhow. And it's at a new location this time. I'll explain that in a minute. I explained where we are, but I'll explain the difference of the shows. But there's actually people here. It's about noon, and from 9 to 10 it was quiet. Actually, I brought a book to read in case this thing was dead. That's not a book, it's a phone book. That's a book. Wanted to read this, but I just figured pick up a compendium. I've never read one. Those are hard to read. They're thick. And that's not what we're talking about. About the shows, basically there are 3 show promoters in Reno. This is the Big Reno Gun Show. He only does this show. He does it 4 times a year. I did it last year in February or March, and it was a good show, but I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, so I didn't film it. And then I started maybe close to a year ago now on this, doing these little videos for you guys. Pretty darn close to it. March or April, May, maybe. I don't know. Who cares? And then I did put out a video of the July show. It's been pretty well watched. A lot of people want to see how it was 4th of July weekend. It was miserable. And that was at the convention center. Both those were at the convention center. This used to be at the MGM. No, it used to be the MGM. It was at the Grand Sierra Resort. Everything has changed around in Reno over the years. So, it was at the Grand Sierra Resort, which was originally the MGM. They lost the lease there or whatever. I guess they decided they didn't want gun shows at that hotel. Anyways, so the last one I did was in July 4th weekend. Was not good. They had another show in November, but that happened to be the same weekend as the Snafu Anime Convention. Anime is much more suited to me. I went to that one instead and, blew doors off. It was a fantastic show. I don't know how this one was. I haven't talked to anybody about it last November, so I don't know. So this is the good time of the year for their show, but it's also in a new location, so I was worried about the new location, so I only picked up one table here. I got some knives, and I've got some rings, I've got a big thing of keychains, and that's it. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't bring as much, not because it's quite, I didn't know what it was going to be. I only wanted to risk one table. And I knew what the load in here would be like because I did a Christmas show here once. It's not an easy load in. So walking in with 2 loads was enough. I wouldn't want 3 or 4. That would have been a pain. Because you can't, other shows you can almost drive right up to your booth. That's nice. You just dump it out of your car. But anyways, that's about it. We'll see how this goes. But so far, I've sold a knife and a couple of keychains. Nothing long. But basically on Friday you don't expect a lot, and to have done anything I'm kind of happy, and to see the crowd that we're getting, it's not bad. Here at the Nugget, they're in the ballroom, they're pretty big. I'll walk around later one of the days, and there's another room of this which is probably bad because you really don't want your shows broken up into multiple rooms. So that's it. Then there's also the other 2, but the other 2 are at the convention center all the time. So now we're at the Sparks Nugget, and it seems like that's a good move for him. So I'll be here probably in June if I do good enough. We'll see how that is, but I'm a little surprised that it's I expected dead. I expected the new location and whatever, the things going on now, to just have people not come out or not come to a new one, and they're coming to the new one. So far, it's Friday. I don't want to jinx it. It's Friday, and it's a busier than average Friday. Not good still. Like I said, I only have like $30 in my pocket from this show. I need a couple of hundred to just cover the table. So we'll see. Saturday's always the biggest day. So I'll let you know on Saturday what we're doing, and maybe I'll check in with you again. I don't know. But this is Friday, seems off to a start. I mean, I'm surprised people came. That's about it. All right. Thanks a lot, folks. I'll talk to you in another segment. Well, it's Friday the 13th, end of the show. Time to pack up in a minute or so. Got my stuff ready to go. Did not do good at all. I did $33. Yikes. That's bad. Those few sales I got between 10 and 11 were the sales I got for the day. And those were all the customers. They came in. There was a flurry between 10 and 11. Slowed until about 12, and then it was done. Did see a couple people wearing masks, which was interesting. 2 or 4 people wearing little surgical masks and gloves. So maybe there is a little fear out there still. Maybe it's a new venue, maybe it's the fear. I don't know. I just know that, and Fridays aren't expected to be good. I would like to at least done half my booth or something, but no. Tomorrow's the day, though. Tomorrow's the big day. Saturday's what you count on, so we'll just see how that goes. If it goes bad, this show was a failure. And we'll see. Depending on the crowd, I'll kind of get a feel for whether it's the Corona thing or whether it's just new venue and this show's not a good show. One of the two. Anyways, we'll find out. We'll talk about it. And maybe I'll go home now, pack up, go home and have a Corona. All right. Maybe I'll do a review of it and clickbait y'all with it. All right, we'll see. Talk to y'all later. Saturday. It's getting a little busy. It's about 11 o'clock. Excuse me. See, I've got a little St. Patrick's Day decoration going, and I did not bring the jelly beans. With this Corona thing, I figured open food, I don't want people putting their hands in it. They're not going to want to do that. So I brought some wrapped stuff that I had. And t-shirt guy, he's pretty cool. He was telling me he was wandering the casino last night. He's from down south, LA, and said the casino was empty. So that's not good, but now they're starting to get a crowd, so I think that's okay. Might be okay. Didn't do good on Friday at all, but if I make some money on Saturday, I can hopefully get my money back. That's really all I care right now with the way this thing's looking. All right, well, that's Saturday morning. Talk to you later. Well, it's 5 o'clock on Saturday. It's gotten quiet. Made one more sale. That's not good. A few people did good. Well, we got the crowd that showed up was the gun collectors, which is what you expect. A good gun, but you didn't get families, you didn't get women, you didn't get kids. That's who I need. And you didn't get a lot of people. I mean, it went from about 10 o'clock when I thought it was busy to about 11:30 or 12, and it was dead. And it's been dead for 5 hours with a couple sales. For me, other people did good, I guess, from what I hear. I didn't. And it's just because, for me, I think there's a few things, change the venue, the Corona and whatnot. The weather, it's all miserable out there. So it's not a good weekend for a family to go visit something like this. Didn't expect a bad weekend in the middle of March, especially after the gorgeous February we had. And that's it. I mean, that's what it is. Did 90 so far. I might get one more sale. So I'm 33 and I haven't even made my booth yet. I'm getting my ass kicked. But did see a few people wearing masks, which cracked me up. I mean, if you wear them out, whatever, it's not weird, but they do it wrong. So when you're walking by, I mean, these are the cheap paper masks that you get at, you know, really not the high quality ones. You need a high quality one if it's going to help you protect you from infectious disease. And not just a mask, it has filters and all kinds of good stuff. Mainly, these are the more inexpensive masks made to protect other people, like you see in Japan. You see a lot of people wearing masks. Well, that's because they might have a cold. And you wear that mask if you have a cold so you don't sneeze and spread germs out into the crowded street. It's very crowded there. It's polite to wear a mask. You see someone walking by with a paper mask and it's down below their nose, and they keep touching the mask, adjusting it on their mouth. You know they don't know what they're doing. If you're healthy and you wear that mask and you're breathing through the mask, you actually would adhere the germs to the mask. And when you reach up to take the mask off your face, you get the germs on your hand, and then you're going to touch your eye and put your mouth or up your nose or whatever you do, and get sick if that's what you're afraid of. It's ridiculously silly to walk around like that. But hey, I know some people who are very, very have very compromised immune systems. They'll wear a better quality mask. That's fine. I mean, it's all fine. Do what you want. But, you know, you're not doing what you think you're doing if you're wearing a cheap paper mask, walking around. You know, it doesn't protect you one bit. Washing your hand and all that. Anyways, I'm not really going to get into that stuff about what it was. Just it was just a lighter crowd because it didn't. I mean, with the casino being dead last night, and the hotel prices what they are right now, it's dead in this town. So that's another thing that hurt. I heard Circus has dropped their room rate to $13 a night. $13 to stay at Circus. That's one of the more inexpensive places to stay. But it's normally like $70, $80 to $100 on the weekends, especially. Saturday night for $13, it's unheard of. And last I heard, this place, I'm at the Nugget, they would drop down to $30. They may be even cheaper. The prices, you know, hotel prices are nothing right now. So that's kind of interesting. That means, you know, supply and demand. They have a lot of rooms that aren't getting filled because a lot of people aren't traveling right now. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing in general. It's a bad thing for my business and me. I'm not the one, you know. I mean, it does hurt. I can't say it doesn't hurt. It's pretty rough to be expecting a good show and to lose money on it instead. That's not what you want. I'm gonna have to make up somehow. I don't know. Oh well, you know, that's my problem. I'll figure out how to make money this month somehow. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow if anything happens, and you know, I'll have a good one. Thanks for watching what you've watched so far. We'll have 2 more videos, or 1 more, or 3 more, or something from Sunday. Bye-bye. Sunday, the 15th. Taking a peek from the back of the room here. You see the door where people come in. Unfortunately, we go out that door, down to the right, down the hall. There's another room. Those people did terrible this show. I did bad myself. It's mostly, like I've said, because the young gun fans came. They always come, all the people who love guns, and they buy their gun stuff. I need the people who like guns. And they come, they want to look at guns, maybe get a gun. But they're more the family kind of walking around, looking at other things. They didn't show up. I think it really was the Corona. I mean, the weather was pretty fierce, too. That keeps people home when it's not an easy trek. I mean, the enthusiasts are going to make it. And they did. And a lot of people did pretty good. No one did great. And I didn't lose money. Lose. Maybe, well, When all is said and done, I paid $155 for the booth. I've done more than $155. If we just don't count the cost of the merchandise and only the booth is the only cost, then I'm okay. But there's time cost, opportunity costs. The merchandise did have a cost, even though this is mostly written off merch. That I, kind of whatever I get is good. Still, all said and done, I did under 200, I think. But the day's not over. Got a couple hours. Things happen at the end. We'll see. And that's about that. So I was at the grocery store last night. I mentioned in another video. Went down the toilet paper aisle and empty. Sure enough, it was empty. Then I went down the produce and into the cheese. Blocks of cheese. Tons of blocks of cheese. And I thought, well, there's the problem solved. I'm just going to buy cheese. Eat cheese for a week. I won't be needing that toilet paper. All right, well, that's a little view on Sunday at the gun show. Looks like it's snowing outside. Yeah, that's nasty. Okay, we'll talk to you in a little bit. We'll let you know how it goes at the end. Okay, I'm all cleaned up. Just got to haul all this crap out to my car. It's packing up. They're all packing up. We're gone. Some of these people got out in like 2 seconds. That guy who sells shirts, it's so easy to pack that stuff up. But all packed up. Everyone's gone. Turns out I did 223. I think I just paid for the booth. Broke even. Didn't turn a profit. Didn't go out in the red. I guess you could say I made a $50 to $70 profit because I consider the merchandise a write-off, but that's for 4 days' work, no good. No. Because it's 4 days. You set up on Thursday. You sell Friday, Saturday, half day Sunday, but you tear down half day Sunday. So, no, I wouldn't say it was good. I think this show is, even though I went to a new venue, I think it still is a good show. It's going to be on in June, and I'll probably do it depending on what it's up against. Stick with one table again because I still am not sure on it. In the meantime, coming up, I have nothing except scheduled a Rib Fest again and another gun show in May. And we will just see how this all goes. I'm not even paying for those until things change. In the meantime, have a good one and take care and hope you have fun. Bye.